Nanda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We continue reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10. We are on chapter 16 or 17. 16. We've
16.
been hearing, yeah, thank you. Yeah, 16. So we heard how when the Brajbasis, they saw Krishna in the river Yamuna, in the coils of Kalia, the snake, and Krishna was motionless, he was not moving. And they were so much in grief. They was, as if their life had left their bodies. They were falling unconscious, they were sobbing. It was unimaginable to them that anything can happen to their darling Krishna. So, reading on. Krishna prana nirvishato
Krishna prana nirvashito
nandadin vikshyatam hridam
nandadin vikshyatam hridam
pratyashedats bhagavan
pratyashedat sa bhagavan
Rama Krishna anubhavavet.
Ramaha Krishna anubhavavet.
Translation and purport by the disciples of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Lord Balaram then saw that Nanda Maharaj and the other cowherd men who had dedicated their very lives to Krishna were beginning to enter the Serpent's lake. As the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Balaram fully knew Lord Krishna's actual power, and therefore he restrained them. Srila Sanatan Goswami explains that Lord Balaram checked some of the cowherd men by speaking to them, others by physically holding them, and still others by casting upon them his potent, smiling glance. Distraught over the situation, they were prepared to give up their lives for Lord Krishna by entering the serpent's lake. So some of the Gopas and Nanda Maharaj, they want to go into the lake now to bring Krishna out, to protect him, to save him from the snake. But Lord Balaram, of course, he knows if they enter the snake, if they enter the water, they're going to be harmed. And he knows nothing's going to happen to Krishna. Krishna is God. Lord Balaram is also God. One may say, how come there's two gods? God is only one. But Lord Balaram is Krishna's first expansion. And that's why he's also God. So Lord Balaram is physically stopping some of the Gopas to enter. Some others, he's smiling at them. So he's giving them the assurance that everything will be okay. And some others, he's talking to them that don't go, everything will be okay. Krishna's going to be all right. Itam swagokulamanyagatim nirikshya
Itham swagokulam ananyagatim nirikshaya
sastri kumaram atidukhitam atmaheto
Sastri kumaram atidukhitam atmahetoho
Agyayamartya padavim anuvartamana
Agyayamatarya padavim anuvartamanaha
stitva muhurtam udatishtaduranga bandha.
Stitva muhurtam udatishtat urangabandhat.
The Lord remained for some time within the coils of the serpent, imitating the behavior of an ordinary mortal. But when he understood that the women, children, and other residents of his village of Gokul were in acute distress because of their love for him, their only shelter, and goal in life, he immediately arose. He rose up from the bonds of the Kaliya serpent. So for some time, Krishna is also playing. He's letting the Kaliya just hold him in his coils. But then Krishna is understanding, oh, my dear Brajavasis, they are suffering so much. They are in so much anxiety because of me. So then he gets up, he immediately gets up from this entanglement of Kalya. Tat pratyamana vapusha vathitatma bhogas
तत्प्रथ्यमाना वपुषा व्यथित आत्मभोगस्
yakvo namaya kupita swafanan bhujanga.
त्यक्त्वोतनमया कुपितः स्वफणान् भुजङ्गः
Tastau shvasancha vasanarandra vishambarisha.
तस्थौ श्वसन् श्वसन् रन्ध्रविषमृषः
Tapte kshanolmo kamukho harim ikshamana.
स्तम्भ ईक्षण उल्मुखमुखो हरिमीक्षमाणः
His coils, tormented by the expanding body of the Lord, Kaliya released him. In great anger, the serpent then raised his hoods high and stood still, breathing heavily. His nostrils appeared like vessels for cooking poison, and the staring eyes in his face like firebrands. Thus the serpent looked at the Lord. So Krishna, he's small, right? But now he's expanded his body. And because he's expanded his body, the Kaliya is not able to still hold him in his coil, so he has to let him go. But now Kaliya is upset. Why you have disturbed me? So his 1,000 hoods we heard. He's standing tall, all 1,000 of them standing there. He's breathing heavily. His nostrils, vessels for cooking poison. And so he's breathing out all this poison is breathing out from his nostrils. And his eyes are like, how fire, we see like coal, burning coal. It's like fire only, right? So his eyes are looking like that. Kaliya's looking at Krishna with so much anger. Tam jivaya dveshikaya parile lihana
तं जीव्यद्विशिखया परिलेलिहानम्
Vishre Vanihi Atikara Vishar Nidrishtim
द्वेष्विक्वणिः अतिकराल्विश्व अग्निदृष्टिम्
Nidan Amumbari Sasara Yatha Khagendro
क्रीडम् अमुं परि ससार्यथा खगेन्द्रो
Babrama Swapi Avasaram Prasamikshamana.
बभ्रांसः अपि अवसरं प्रवमीक्षमाणः
Again and again Kaliya licked his lips with his bifurcated tongues as he stared at Krishna with a glance full of terrible poisonous fire. But Krishna playfully circled around him, just as Garuda would play with a snake. In response, Kaliya also moved about, looking for an opportunity to bite the Lord. But Krishna moved around the serpent so skillfully that Kaliya could find no opportunity to bite him. Thus the snake was defeated by Sri Krishna's transcendental agility. So here is a huge snake. Kaliya is humongous, right? His poisonous, his nostrils poison is coming out. His eyes are like fire, and he's looking at Krishna with so much anger. And you know how snakes have this? They keep on they lick their lips with their tongue, and the tongue is bifurcated. Mana is kind of in two. They're joined at one end, but the other end is like two. So Kalia is trying to bite Krishna, but Krishna is too fast for him. Krishna is playing around with him, moving from here to there so fast that Kalia is not able to catch him, bite him. And so he's getting more and more angry now. Kalia. Evam paribrahma hato jasam anatmasam
एवं परिब्रह्मो हतो ओजसम् उन्नतासम्
anam yatat prithu shirasa adhirudha adya
आनम्य तत्पृथुशिरसो अधिरूढ आद्यः
तन्मूर्धरत्ना निकरस्पर्शातिताम्र
तन्मूर्धरत्नानिकरस्पर्शम् अतिताम्र
Padam bujokil kala nanartha.
पादं भुजाखिलकल आदिगुरुर्नर्नत.
Having severely depleted the serpent's strength with his relentless circling, Sri Krishna, the origin of everything, pushed down Kaliya's raised shoulders and mounted his broad serpentine heads. Thus Lord Sri Krishna, the original master of all fine arts, began to dance, his lotus feet deeply reddened by the touch of the numerous jewels upon the serpents' heads. Sri Harivamshaste Shirasa Krishna Jagraha Swahasten Avanamya. Krishna grabbed Kaliya's head with his hand and forced it to bow down. Most people in this world are quite reluctant to bow down to the Supreme Person, the Absolute Truth. So here in the purport is mentioned, the commentary mentioned in Sri Harivamsha. Harivamsha is saying that Krishna pulled down Kaliya's head. Kaliya was standing so tall, right? Krishna is putting it down, and he's climbing on Kaliya's head, forcing Kaliya to bow down in front of him. So Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, Sarva Dharman Parityagya, let's give up all varieties of religion and surrender to me. But the disease of the material world is we don't want to surrender to Krishna. That is our disease. But actually, the cure is to surrender to Krishna. In the contaminated state called material consciousness, we conditioned souls become proud of our insignificant position and are thus reluctant to bow our heads before the Lord. Yet, just as Lord Krishna forcibly pushed Kaliya's heads down and thus defeated him, the Supreme Lord's energy in the form of irresistible time kills all conditioned souls and thus forces them to bow down their arrogant heads. So one may say, well, why should I surrender to Krishna? Well, I don't want to. Then what happens? Krishna comes to us as death. One day we have to surrender to him. One day we have to give up the body. Cannot be in this body forever, With time, death will come. And that is how. So either we surrender to Krishna while we are living, or we'll have to surrender to Krishna at the time of death. So we should therefore give up the artificial position of material life and become faithful servants of the Supreme Lord, enthusiastically bowing down at his lotus feet. So right now we are thinking, I'm this body, I'm separate from Krishna. I have no relationship with Krishna. That's what we are thinking, that I have no relationship with him. We have forgotten that we have a very loving relationship with Krishna, that we are eternally his servants. So we say, why should I be a servant? A servant means a very low position. But that is material life. Material life, to be somebody's servant is a low position. But actually, in spiritual life, that is the correct position. And it gives one the highest bliss. We love someone, we serve them. We love our family, our children, our husband, our parents, our sibling. So we keep serving them. Whole day we serve. And so the highest expression of this love is when we serve Krishna. So while we are living, we need to revive this love for Krishna that we have. The more we hear and chant about him, the more we can revive our relationship with Krishna. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains that Lord Krishna's lotus feet became red like copper because of their contact with the numerous heart jewels upon the heads of Kaliya. Lord Krishna, with those glowing reddish feet, then began to demonstrate his artistic skill by dancing on the unsteady, moving surface of the serpent's hoods. So, Kaliya, snake, has a lot of jewels on his hoods. Krishna is dancing on his hood. So Krishna's soft lotus feet have become reddish with his hard jewels. When we walk on something hard, then because of the friction, it becomes red. So Krishna's lotus feet are soft. These jewels are hard. So Krishna's feet have become reddish now. And he's dancing. Krishna is an expert dancer. He's dancing on the slippery. Snakes are slippery, right? Kalia is moving about and his skin would be so slippery. And Krishna is skillfully dancing, beautifully dancing. Natabara. Krishna is called Natabara. This extraordinary demonstration of dancing skill was meant for the pleasure of the young women of Vrindavan, who at this phase of their relationship with Krishna were seriously falling in love with him. So there are these young girls, the young gopis, and every day they are falling more and more in love with Krishna. And now Krishna wants to attract their hearts even more. So he's getting their attention by dancing. We see in this material world also, young boy, young girl. So the boy wants to get the attention of the girl. How they show in Bollywood movies. The boy wants to get attention of the girl, so he'll start dancing. The girl will start looking. So of course we have to understand that Krishna is no ordinary Bollywood hero. He's the supreme hero. And these young girls of Vrindavan are not ordinary women. There's nothing of material lust in this relationship. It is completely full of love. It's on the spiritual platform, transcendental. Any comments, questions? Pretty straightforward, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Tamnartam adya tamaveksha tada tadiya
तं नर्तुम् उद्धतम् अवेक्ष तदा तदीया
gandharva siddh manicharana deva vadva
गन्धर्वसिद्धामुनिचारन् देववद्वः
pritya mridanga panavaanakavadyakita
प्रीत्या मृदङ्गा पणव आनकवाद्यगीता
pushpopaharanatibi sahasopasedu
पुष्पोपहारानुतुभिः सहसा उपसेदुः.
Seeing the Lord dancing his servants in the heavenly planets, the Gandharvas, Siddhas, sages, Charanas, and the wives of the demigods, immediately arrived there. With great pleasure, they began accompanying the Lord's dancing, by playing drums such as mridangas, panavas, and anagas. They also made offerings of songs, flowers, and prayers. So Krishna is dancing beautifully. So these denizens of heavens, the Gandharvas, the Siddhas, the sages, the Charanas, wives of the demigods, they are coming. Some of them are singing, making a beautiful song. So Krishna, to accompany Krishna's dancing. Some of them are playing the music. Some of them are praying. And some of them are showering flowers. When the demigods and the other residents of higher planetary systems became aware that Lord Sri Krishna was personally putting on a wonderful demonstration of the art of dancing, they immediately came to offer their services. Dancing becomes more enjoyable and beautiful to watch when it is accompanied by expert drum playing, singing, and the chanting of prayers. The artistic atmosphere was also enhanced by the showering of multitude of flowers upon Lord Sri Krishna, who was blissfully engaged in dancing upon the hoods of the Kaliya serpent. So they want to serve Krishna. They're all serving Krishna in whatever they can by singing, dancing, showering flowers, offering prayers, making it even more beautiful, the entire atmosphere. Yatya chirona namate angashate kashishnas
Yadyat Shirona Angashate Kashirnasa
tatan marmata karadan dadaro angripate
Tattat Mamarda Kharadandadharo Angipate
shin ayusho brahmata ulbanam asyato shrin.
Kshin Ayushobhram Mata Ulbashanam Asyato Asakra
Nasto vanam parmakash malam apanaga.
Nasto Vanam Param Kashmalam Apnagaha.
My dear king, Kalia had 101 prominent heads, and one of them would not bow down. Lord Sri Krishna, who inflicts punishment on cruel wrongdoers, would smash that stubborn head by striking it with his feet. Then, as Kalia entered his death throes, he began wheeling his heads around and vomiting ghastly blood from his mouth and nostrils. The serpent thus experienced extreme pain and misery. So, out of so many hoods of Kalia, 101 were more main, very strong. So Krishna was dancing on them, making him bow down. Like Kalia was putting his head up, Krishna would step on it, make him bow down. Just that, when somebody does wrong, then you hit them. So here, Kalia is done very wrong. So Krishna is hitting his head with his feet. And Kalia now, he's almost gonna die. He's vomiting blood from his mouth, also blood is coming out from his nose, blood is coming out. His heads are going like he's not able to keep his balance as he is in a lot of pain right now. Kalia has been inflicting pain on others till now. Now he himself, Krishna is giving him, like, how you punish somebody who does wrong. So this is the punishment Krishna is giving him. Kalia, because of his poison, he's killed so many living entities. Nobody's able to live there because of his poison. So much mischief he has done. So time is almost up. Should we stop here?
Yes. Just one question, Shilpaji. So that means that he had thousands of them, but the main were 101,
Yeah,
which were not bowing down.
yeah. That's right. Seems, that out of his 1,000 heads, the bigger ones are 101.
Okay. Yeah. Makes sense.
And Krishna is dancing on his heads. He wants to put his head up, then Krishna is again putting him down. And Kaliya is vomiting out all the blood and all the poison is coming out of his mouth. Sometimes how it happens, right? We we have so much anger, so much envy in our heart, and then by Krishna's arrangement, there may come certain circumstance in life where, due to that circumstance, then all that what is there, we have to take it out. Like in Anartha Nivriti, when we
Mm.
start hearing and chanting, by hearing and chanting, so the purification process begins. Krishna who's in the heart, he's purifying our heart. And then the dirt which is accumulated in the heart keeps just coming out so that the heart can become purified. Then again we want to get like one of the ugly heads of Kaliya might come up. We want to
Mm.
become angry or envious, and then Krishna will again crush it down. Yeah, remind us, no, hey, what are you doing? Give up all this. Give up all this. Continue hearing and chanting. Give up your envy. Give up your anger. Give up the pride, arrogance. Right? The
Yeah.
more we hear, the more we chant. And certain circumstances come up. And that's like Krishna forcing us to give up our bad, what do we say, possessions that we have collected in our heart. All the ugly
Actually helping
possessions
us,
that we
right?
have collected. Yeah, he's helping.
Actually helping us.
Yeah, he's helping to purify our heart of all the dirty things that is collected, all the poison that is collected in the heart. So just like Krishna's dancing on Kaliya's head, so similarly Krishna is dancing in our heart also, helping us to give up all the poison which is there. So we need to take shelter of Krishna. To remove all these. That's what's anartha nivriti, right? Anartha, whatever is not required. So Krishna helps us, give us this unrequired things. Certain situations may come up in life. We may not understand why it's happening. But then if we contemplate more, then we can understand, oh, in this situation, Krishna is helping me. He's helping me to give up these bad qualities, helping me to come closer to him, helping me to take deeper shelter, helping me to give up my pride or anger or envy. So many of these. We have these collections. Mm. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you all so much for listening and joining. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila
Right.
Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur
Right.
Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare